Happy Saturday, everybody. So, I hope everyone had a great holiday. I'm coming at you with my Kelly Kapowski hair. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I hope you ate a lot. We definitely did. Jesus Lord. I was very under the weather when I was planning on doing this video. Not planning on doing it. When I was posting it. I woke up Friday. It was horrible. Came home today, did a sinus flush with my husband. Sexy way to start your Saturday night. I can't wait to do one later. Yes. But I am here because I told you guys to ask me some questions. Maybe it was bad timing. I don't know. Maybe people just don't care to know about me. I don't really care. Let's have some fun. I'm here. I did this all for you. And we're going to have a really good time. So, I asked people to ask me 3 questions. Or not 3 questions. I got 3 people asked me questions. One of them was my mother. And I'm going to answer those in a very funny way. But I asked you to ask me questions. You know how this goes. I answer them and we have some fun. So the first question, the first questions I got were from my mother. One was, how do you keep yourself so handsome? Well, being 400 years old, or should I say 31/eternal, I don't know. I don't do anything. You know what I do? And to be completely honest with you, Mom, and to all my friends, I even say this, I do not wash my face with anything but water. I really don't. I refuse to. Every time I do, I break out. I still have wrinkles, still have all this other poop all over my face. No, that didn't sound right. Mom, again, what's my secret? The blood of virgins. How are you such an amazing person? Is I try to treat everybody with respect. I like having fun. I'm a very sarcastic person. I have a very dark sense of humor. Maybe some people don't get it. My grandfather, Neil, if he made fun of you, he liked you. And that's kind of how I am. If I do not make fun of you or joke with you in a joking manner, I'm probably not that much of a fan. Just throwing it out there. Another one she asked is, do you look like your mama? Yes, I do. I get it from everybody that I look like my mother. I know I do look like my dad, but I have the eyes and the nose of my mother. The lips, I don't know where these lips come from. I really don't. I have no idea. Maybe I was born with it. Maybe it's Botox. Who knows? Who will ever know? Is she as beautiful as you? Yes. How can one person have so many talents? Which I don't really have that many talents. Maybe I fake it till I make it. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Maybe that's just my mom just being super supportive. Thanks, Mom. The next question was from Instagram, and it said, what is your favorite Meatloaf song? Okay, so as everyone knows, I stan my Lord and Savior, Britney Jean Spears. She lip syncs for her life, and I love every day of it. And I don't really listen to Meatloaf. And it's not like I only listen to Britney Spears, but I don't really listen to Meatloaf. I have something in this eye. There's always a problem. There's always a problem. Meatloaf song, I'd have to say the one from Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's the only one that comes to mind, and I'm like, ooh, I like that song. That's fun. I like the part in the movie where that all happened. Something in my eye. I don't know if you could hear the TV in the background. Justin's watching TV. But I think that's the only one that comes to mind. I mean, I know there's like a couple more. No. I don't know. I don't know. Now this one was my personal favorite, and I really liked this one, because I was like, oh, okay, I could go for like a minute on this, you know. Asked, pros and cons of being a server. So I am a server at my aunt's restaurant. My aunt owns a restaurant where we live, and I am a server there on the weekends. I am a cook there during the week. I'm a server there on the weekends. Pros and cons. I could only think when I was writing this out of two of them. And I don't know if it's because I just grew up in it and it's what I know is owning a restaurant and running a restaurant and supply and demand and blah, 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 and all of that. But I could only think of two things. Before my Aunt Gina had a restaurant, my grandparents had one years and years and years ago before I was even born. The first one I remember hearing about is the Bunny Hutch. It was just like a little hoagie place, and it blew up, surprisingly. My mom and Poppy were there. My grandmother called him home for dinner. My Poppy didn't want to leave. My Poppy was a workaholic. He loved to work. And my nanny fought with him, and finally he just left with my mom, and thank God he did, because then the track backed up into it, blew up. The next one I remember in my being just alive is the Space, then the Copper Kettle, then Sisters, which my two aunts had. Now just my aunt has a restaurant, and I work there. I'm a cook during the week, and I am a server on the weekends. So I take off my cook hat, server. I've been a dishwasher before in my family's restaurant when I was in my early 20s when I moved back from Philly. Then in my mid-20s-ish, I became a short order cook. And now I'm still a short order cook, but then 6 months ago, maybe half a year, I became a waiter. So I am a server. I guess that's the professional way of saying it. But I am a server, and the only two pros and cons, which maybe there's three, that I could think of is the first one I put is family. So I'm lucky enough to work in my family's restaurant. Not families, my aunts. And there are pros and cons to it. Pros, I get to see my aunt every single day of mostly my life. I get to see her 6 days a week. Before, when I was working doubles, 12 hours a day. But then there's also cons to that. You're together a lot. What pushes each other's buttons. It's just, and then the stress of the restaurant in general. It just happens, It just happens. And that's basically it. I mean, that's the pros. And I see my mom every weekend. My cousin Toddy works there, so I get to see him all the time. Not all the time, on the weekends. My sister works there with us. So that is a pro and it's a con all in itself. Another pro and con that I wrote down was the customers. Pro and con. Pro is my customers that are my regulars that come in every Saturday, every Sunday, that I get to see on those days, and they're I call them easy tables, and I'm not saying they're easy. What I'm saying though is we know each other, so it's very easy. A lot of these people in this restaurant have known me since I was sleeping in the booth when I was 4 years old. A lot of these people know me, but a lot of them have came through the years, and I don't want to say easy tables, but I love my customers. I really do. And then you have those customers that you get that, let me just say this, if you go out to eat and you find being cruel or mean to your server, or if you go out shopping and you find it cruel, or satisfying, should I say, satisfying to be cruel or mean to your server, or a retail worker, or a gas station attendant, anything like that, or someone that works out here in Pennsylvania, we have Turkey Hill. If you find, or Sheets, if you find satisfaction in that, I just think, I honestly, when I get those tables, I feel very sorry for them. That's the only moment in their life that they feel like they have control, in a sense. If that makes any sense to anybody. So what I always tell anybody that I'm training or anything like that, it's your table. This is your table. They sat in your section. You control the table. If someone is being rude to you, you stand your ground. I'm not a firm believer in the customer's always right, because sometimes they're not. Sometimes, and that's just the truth. I mean, you can't pull something out of thin air. You can't, it just doesn't happen. But usually those customers are the ones that want to abuse the staff, and I just don't agree with that. I think that's ridiculous. Me and JB have been to restaurants where we have waited 2 hours for our food, and I saw that it was busy sitting around, but I'm also in the service, so I got it. Didn't make a scene, nothing like that. And then there have been times out where I've been out and it hasn't been that busy, and we were at like a bar or something, and half my friends didn't have drinks, and the bartender's down talking to his friends, where I was just like, no, like, you're at your work now. And don't get me wrong, I talk to customers, but I do know when to say, oh, excuse me 1 second. And I go and take care of what I have to take care of. So there's a pro and con with it. Again, customers, again, I deal with breakfast. So yeah, those customers, I have it in my stories on Instagram. I want eggs, toast, sausage, home fries. Okay, so let me get my crystal ball out. But no, like, so you'd say, what kind of eggs? How many? Sausage? What kind of toast? You know, so there's all those like pros and cons of that, and then you have those beautiful customers that you just love waiting on. They walk in the door and you're like, ah, and they're like the ones that when you are busy, they're like, no, take your time. We got it. We understand. And I just love them. So that's the pros and cons with customers. I want to keep going. I noticed in my one video, I kept doing that like all the time, and I'm trying to break that habit. And one pro and con is the money. You know, for me, I don't think being any nicer to customers and making any more money, I don't know, you don't be mean to them, but I don't think sucking their butt is going to make you any more money. I mean, we've had waitresses that would really do it, and either you're just a good server or you're not. Either they like you or they don't, or they're cheap tippers or they're great tippers. That's basically it. It doesn't make a difference what you do for them. You could go over to their table 2 times and say, is everything okay? And you got everything right, and they got the drinks, and they can leave you the X amount of money. Or you can go over to their table twice and do the same thing with another table, and they'll leave you X amount of money. It's rule of the game. I mean, you could try to please them all you want. You could try to do all of that. Another pro and con of the business with the money wise. So, I mean, again, I've done this. I haven't done it all my life. I'm not going to say that. I just grew up in it. It's like muscle memory to me. When I first started waitering, I had to be trained in a sense, but I just went off with what my mom and my Aunt Gina did. I just went off with what I saw them doing my whole entire life, and sitting in the booth when I was younger during the summer or any of that. I mimicked what they did. That's how I learned, is I'm a mimicker. I like to see someone do it and then I try to mimic it. So I'm not like a visual person, a listening person, or no, I am a visual person then if I can mimic it. Okay. Anywho, so I am visual. I need to see somebody do it. Like, even I was like that way in school with math. I needed it to be seen on the board, and then I would be able to recreate the problem in a sense. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm rambling. But yes, those are the pros and cons of that. I do like doing it, but again, I'm lucky enough to work in my family's restaurant, or my aunt's restaurant. So there are pros, there are cons, but I am lucky enough to at least work in my aunt's restaurant where I feel a little bit more comfortable. We're not owned by a corporation. We're not owned, it's not like a chain restaurant or anything like that. So that's like a little bit better. Oh, and one thing I want to say too about being a server is we're not dumb. We're not dumb at all. Imagine trying to, I have 9 tables that I take care of sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays. All 9 of them are filled. On Sundays, they're always filled. At 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, they're filled. Church people, they're filled. We're not dumb. We have to cater and go to all these tables and manage all of these personalities and do all of these things. And we're not dumb just because we're a waiter. It's good money. So before you think we're dumb, you're wrong. So anyway, those are my questions. I wrote them down. I wrote it down in an envelope. I used to have, at one point, have like 1 million notebooks. Don't know where they are. Can't find them. Wrote it down on an index card and an envelope. I have to get a notebook. I do have some fun things coming, guys. That was it for the questions, but I do have some fun things coming. I don't want to say them because I don't want them not to happen. or not to happen. I don't want anyone to like get their expectations up or anything like that, but I do have some fun things happen. It's just gonna take some time because, like I said, I'm having fun. I did my hair today, my Kelly Kapowski, threw on a little makeup, had a sinus blowout before I like came on here. I'm here, I'm wearing this because I got hot last time I was doing this. Let's have some fun. But I do have some fun things coming. I hope you guys continue to watch. I hope you guys continue to support, like, subscribe, give me some comments. What do you think about the video? What do you want to see? Give me some more ideas. I do have some things coming. I can't say anything. I don't want to say anything. But I'm excited. So, I hope you guys enjoy your Saturday night. If you go out or one of those, have fun. We're staying home. Probably gonna watch a movie. But, I hope you guys have a great Saturday night. I will probably upload again Wednesday? Let's say Wednesday. Let's go with Wednesday, but probably maybe before then. Not really sure. We're going to have a storm tomorrow. We're getting a storm. So who knows? Maybe I'll be bored, do one of my ideas tomorrow. I don't know. We're having fun. But I love you all. Thank you for watching. Again, like, subscribe, comment. Love you. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Yoo-hoo! Bye-bye.